Oh my goodness. It is the OG Bojangles. OGB. OGB. OGB.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, everyone. It is Ashley here. I am Tiltify's community manager. Y'all know me. But if you don't know this wonderful human being that I have with me, it is Sam, aka OGB, aka OG Bojangles. A lot of nicknames we have for
Definitely.
her. And she goes by she, they pronouns. She is a variety caster on Twitch and also a famous YouTuber.
Jeez.
So
Don't flatter me. No. We're
but
working, honey.
let's
We're
hear
working.
you're doing great. Let's hear it from her. Let's hear a little bit about you and your content creation journey.
All right. Well, my name is Sam, aka the OGBojangles. I'm a
Mhm.
LGBTQ plus variety caster on Twitch for about 4 years now, over 4 years, and I'm also a YouTube partner for about 9 months now, going on 10. So it's been really fun doing content, definitely on Twitch and especially on YouTube this year. On YouTube, it's completely different content than what I do on Twitch. So
Mhm.
it's definitely in some ways a breath of fresh air because I'm doing just something that's in my element, but something different as well. So definitely have been enjoying my time on both. And yeah, I'm just wanting to continue this content creation wave and keep it going. So I've been just doing variety content on Twitch and then first time movie reaction videos on YouTube. And on Twitch, I
Ooh.
do also some charity work as well. So that's kind of like a recap of
Oh.
me.
What made you get into movie reactions?
I started kind of editing other people's, and even before that, I was like, this seems like fun. For years in school with my friend group, I have been made fun of, or not made fun of, like poked fun at, by other people, by just like my friends and everything, about how many movies I've never seen. I haven't seen like
Mhm.
classics,
Yeah.
whatever, a bunch of movies, and I don't know why. I love movies. It's not like I don't, but it's like I just haven't seen them. Like Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, like these are like movies that people have watched and rewatched for years.
Yeah.
So just with that thought in the back of my mind and me starting to do like some editing for people who do these reactions, I was like, this seems like fun. This seems like a good time. I think I can do this.
Yeah.
So I released my first video back in February, and it was Jurassic Park, the first one. I mean, looking back on it now, kind of a mess, but we learn and we grow. So everybody's first video is not gonna be good. But it was
Yeah.
still fun anyway. It was. It really was. And now I'm at a point where we're almost at 10K subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. And I just want to keep going. I mean, this is again a breath of fresh air for content wise that I just want to keep going. And yeah, it's been really fun.
What do you think is in store for you in the future? Do you think you'll still be doing movie reactions or do you see yourself branching out doing other things for YouTube?
In terms of YouTube, I definitely just want to keep going in the path that I'm going on because there are so many movies. There is endless content for me to make,
Yeah.
and people have, been so nice and genuine saying that they enjoy my content, they enjoy me, and that's motivation in itself, right? It's just like you
Yeah.
can have I can have a down day, I could just open up comments and be like, "Okay, this person likes me, so that's pretty good," right? Like, so that's motivation in itself to keep it going.
Yeah.
So that's my future. I feel I just want to keep this going, and I keep saying that already. I keep repeating that, but that's what it
No,
is.
it's fine. No, that's
Uh,
really what it is. Yeah. And you get so many different recommendations for movies, so
mhm,
you're always gonna have something for the next video.
absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. And on Twitch, you say your variety. What are some of your games that you like playing on stream?
I like doing kind of at this point I kind of like just doing whatever I want. I mean, I used to have a schedule, like a set kind of schedule per week of what game I'm playing on what day. And then just like a few months ago, I was like, "No, you know what? I don't need this. I don't need a set schedule.
Yeah.
I'm going to
No,
play
you
whatever
don't.
the heck I want." And so I've been kind of just doing again just whatever I want. A lot of Phasmophobia. I love Phasmophobia so
Oof.
much. It's
Gotta
been
check out that new update.
I
Oh my
oh,
goodness.
it's
Mhm.
intense. It's really good. It's a lot. I really enjoy it. And
Yeah,
also just,
that's awesome.
yeah, just some story games here and there. I just finished my first playthrough of Resident Evil 2, my very first Resident Evil. So, just like, things here and there, kind of a bit random. I don't have one game that I play, like, I don't main Dead by Daylight, I don't main Warzone, I don't main anything. I'm very variety.
I love that. Yeah, it's always something new to your content. So that's awesome. And I'm just happy to know you, and we're happy to have you a part of the Tiltify community. You have been doing such amazing work with so many different causes these last couple years. I believe you've been fundraising since 2018, and I personally have seen, your fundraising from that year, and now we're in 2021 and it's like night and day.
It is night and day,
Um
absolutely.
isn't yeah, isn't that crazy?
It really is.
Um, it's awesome to see though. We love seeing the growth in your fundraisers. And again, every single dollar you fundraise makes a huge difference. It doesn't matter about hitting your goal all the time. I just want to stress that.
Absolutely.
But let's talk about OGB's story. How do you feel about your fundraising from then to now?
I mean, like we were just saying, night and day. I mean, I just pulled up right before we were starting, just seeing the comparison just from St. Jude alone. I mean, I do St. Jude fundraising every year because, that's huge. That's huge in the Twitch community. That is one of the biggest fundraisers probably on Tiltify every year, I would say. I mean, it's really everyone gets amped up for it. Everybody loves doing it. And from just comparing 2018 to this past year, I raised in the month of raising money in 2018, I raised a total of $215. That's great in itself, of course. The amount doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's what you're doing. It's that's what matters.
Yep.
Flash forward to this year, we raised a total of $3,361 for the month. Night and
For
day,
just a month.
completely. It's like, "What? What? What?" I That's the most, uh, we've ever raised as a community ever on anything, and in that quick of time. Like, we got to a
Yeah.
like, a I don't even remember. It was oh god. It was a lot of money in a short like, in 2 weeks or something. It was like half of that goal was
Mhm.
met in, like, 2 weeks. I'm like, "Ooh, okay, everyone's just good for you, like, thank you, but, like, y'all are killing it," you know? So, it's really just wild. It's wild to see that kinda change in, 3 years. I'm really thankful for the community that I have. Everyone is absolutely just so generous and genuine, and they really want to make an impact. But also I do have some incentives that, people really wanna go for, so that definitely
Do
helps.
we wanna touch base on those incentives? Because 'Cause I'm excited to hear all about it, and maybe they involve banana. I don't know, I'm not sure.
So, quick side story, I hate bananas. Bananas are absolutely disgusting to me, I hate it. People love donating the amount to have me eat a piece of a banana. That's the biggest incentive every and I keep adding it because it is funny. I hate
Yeah.
it. It's like I you would think that I would come like I'd get adjusted to the taste, the texture, the smell, and
No.
eat all of it. No, it's terrible every single time. Every single time. It doesn't get any easier. So it's like
Poor thing.
so it's like that's just one thing and people just love doing it. So that's definitely something that I keep. I also in the past have done some gnarly kind of things which I don't really do anymore. Like there's like like the oh my god, like the sodas that you can get, dirt soda, ranch
Yeah.
soda, grass soda. I can't subject myself to that anymore
Mm-mm.
because it's truly just abysmal. Like I can't do it. So I kinda steered away from that, and now I still do the banana, I still do just, like, other things, here and there. Sometimes I do, like, I call it the wheel of whack foods. I do sometimes, like, just, like, licorice is terrible. I put that on the list. Wasabi, I'm
Ooh,
trying to
yeah,
think
it's
of things
hot.
off the top of my head, lemon juice, spicy beans, spicy jelly beans, like, things like that.
Yeah,
Spin the wheel for 20 bucks or 30 or so, and then I eat it. So, people really
that's
like that.
awesome.
Yeah, people enjoy that.
Those are some really nice incentive ideas, so if you are listening and you're wondering what incentives am I going to add to my fundraiser, you can take a poke at some of those that OGB shared
Mhm.
with us. So, and of course, they get the job done. You
Definitely.
know, as you can see, with all the success that OGB has with fundraising, and making her eat nasty bananas.
Mhm.
So,
Absolutely.
we love to see it. We love to see it. And
When we
you
yep.
know, it's always nice to it's always nice to hear incentives outside of being boozled, so that's awesome.
Right, and
Yeah.
I can't do Bean Boozled anymore. That's another thing I can't do. I there were because there was a point during the era of the weird drinks where I had Bean Boozled. Someone did donated a certain amount, and I had to do 6. Every single one was bad, and it was just to the point where I'm like, I
No.
this was terrible. I can't do this again. I can't. So Bean Boozled, it's gone. So not doing that anymore. I found like different spicy beans that are manageable and actually taste good. Whack. So it's just spicy, but so yeah, if like one thing doesn't work for you, go for another. There's a ton of different things that
Mhm.
you can do, and through the years I have kind of added subtracted things from the incentive lists, keeping kind of like a core list of like the $5 googly eyes, right? $10 a 2-minute MS Paint drawing, like something like that. It can be very simple things, and then you can also go kind of all out as well. Same thing with
Yeah.
milestones and everything as well. Just different, whatever you can not even just like afford to do, well, afford to do even like physically or mentally, like make
Mhm.
don't reach for the stars and be like, at $100 I'm gonna get the St. Jude logo tattooed, on my cheek, like you don't have to do that. You
Yeah,
don't have to, so don't feel pressured to do big and beyond things like that either. So
exactly. Yes, and there's so many fun incentives you can get from the dollar store if you can't afford that as well. Like, all
100%.
my
Yep.
incentives are from the Dollar Tree,
Yes.
and don't feel bad about it because the most wonky things for cheap can rally your community to
Oh,
do some good, I promise.
absolutely. People people just like silly things. Like even just right
Yep.
here, I just have like this little baby hand on a little baby hand on my finger. Like just like this is idiotic, right? Like no one it's things like that. I have trinkets in little things all around, this sort of area, like people just find entertainment in just weird things. So
I agree, and use that as incentives, y'all. I
agreed.
promise. It will do
Mhm.
some good, and it'll make it fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that,
Of
OGB.
course.
Appreciate it. And I just wanted to kind of poke your brain on why you fundraise on your stream.
There's there's a lot of reasons why I fundraise. I mean, it number 1, you're helping people. Like that's just or animals or just you're helping a cause. Like that's just number 1, right? Like who doesn't want to help others, right? Like that's just
Mhm.
blanket statement, right? So, of course, like that's of course one of the major reasons, but it also brings your community together in such a way that you're all having fun, and that it's like you can fundraise just to fundraise, have no incentives and everything, but again with like incentives and milestones you get your community involved more. Like you
Mhm.
kind of put some things in your community's hands. Like if we raise $500, you guys get a cooking stream. Like are you providing like extra things like that, like it it definitely brings your community together more, and I think that's just
Yeah.
why I try to fundraise as much as I can. Sometimes
Mhm.
definitely it can be a lot, especially because you have like for me there's so many different causes that I want to fundraise for, but at the same time
Mhm.
I don't want to like I want to fundraise as much as I can, but I also don't want to do it like every month or so. I want to keep
Yeah.
things fresh, and also just yeah, again, just trying to choose the cause can be hard as well. So, um, but yeah, no, just fundraising for the sake of fundraising is just amazing in itself, and the whole thing with involving community as well. That's really just the big part of it for me.
Yeah, that is number one. Fundraising streams are the most enjoyable
Hmm.
because just your community, they care about whatever you care about and they're going to support whatever you support. So when you create that connection with that cause that you're fundraising for, they're going to feel that connection as well and they're going to be like, "Okay, here's some donations. Here's some retweets on a tweet. We're going to do this
Absolutely.
together." It's
Yeah.
really heartwarming and I love fundraising. Well, I do work at Tiltify, so I do.
There you go.
But we're talking about you. Thank you so much for sharing that, and it's always lovely to see you fundraise and just grow more and more. So I'm very proud of you, and Tiltify is so happy to have you a part of our community. And thank you so much for using our platform.
Thank
And
you.
I really want to know, like, how is it fundraising with Tiltify? Let's talk about your experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, number 1, it's easy. It's so easy to just hop on, create a new campaign, and just start going. I mean,
Yep.
Tiltify makes it incredibly easy to just set things up, get going. And especially with like the little updates here and there that they've been making to their website and probably the past like, year or so,
Yeah.
it just makes it easier than ever. People literally can just start it whenever and they could do a solo and they could do join a team. Like
Mhm.
it's simple. Siltify makes things incredibly simple and the tools that they provides that community aspect that we were just talking about. Again, the incentives,
Yeah.
the milestones, the integration with different things.
Mhm.
It's all there for you. All you have to do is just click create new campaign, and that's it. And the rest you type in and it's set up. And that just doing that brings together everybody for a cause and boom bam boom, you got yourself some fundraising, honey. Like you're good. So I love Tiltify. I mean, it's easy and
Yes.
it's accessible and yeah, I mean that's just how it is.
Yeah, we always hear that it's easy, and we love that
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
content creators are so busy every single day, and especially they're setting up their charity stream. We don't want to make that process hard.
Absolutely.
We don't want to make it hard. We want to make it easy
Mm-mm.
for you. It takes a couple clicks, and you're all set to go.
Absolutely.
Of course, I don't recommend setting up a campaign the same day of your fundraiser. Um, I've done that before. I'm sure you have done that before, GB.
Mhm.
I'm sure we've all done that before. Make sure you take time.
Absolutely. Don't rush
Prepare,
it. Don't
okay?
rush it.
Don't
Take
rush
your
it.
time.
Yeah, it's easy to, again, create the campaign,
Mhm.
but you do need to have some time to add your incentives and milestones and
Absolutely.
everything.
Agreed.
So, just wanna stress that. Yes, it's easy to
I do
create,
stress that.
but when you wanna add all the fun stuff, it's gonna take you just a little bit more time. And, of course, setting up overlays. So,
Mhm.
I wanted to ask you, OGB, did you use our overlay feature this year?
I did actually. The different because I know that Tiltify had added some different ones as well, especially with like St. Jude. But I think
Mhm.
through St. Jude they do their own as well, but I
Mhm,
know
yeah.
that Tiltify had added a few. So yes, I have used those overlays.
How did you like it?
It was good, clean, it's clean and again, it's straightforward to add it to, whatever you're using. I mean, I use OBS Studio, click
Yep.
click boom right there, it's clean and it shows up and it's easy like again I keep stressing that it is easy to set up like you were saying as well.
Mhm.
And of course, but again, take your time with everything because the more you put the time into your campaign, the more that people will just will reciprocate it, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they'll because if it's laid out for them, then it's easy for them to donate. Like
yeah.
click
Mhm,
I want this incentive. Sometimes you can
mhm.
have it go to a different like goal. Like I know like with you have it
Yeah.
set up to link to different like tattoos. So like things like that. It's so definitely put the time and the care in that. And also going back to the whole overlay question. Yes, it is simple and clean.
Yes, and I just like that pretty much everything you need for your stream, it's all in one. So that's what we're aiming for with Tiltify, having it all in one. So you don't
Yes.
have to go
Yes.
to so many different sources, outside of Tiltify.
Mhm.
So we're again always happy to hear easy because that's what we want for creators, easy.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. And I know you already gave some advice for people in their streams, but if it's somebody that is doing their first charity stream, what advice would you give them?
Yeah, I mean, just to recap kind of some things I said before as well, just make incentives that are doable for yourself. Don't go above and beyond, especially if it's your first campaign. Like, don't stress yourself. This is supposed to be fun. Don't
Yeah.
stress yourself on something that's going to be potentially redeemed as an incentive or a milestone that, like if you have set a milestone and you are just like, about it, like, don't do it. There are plenty of things
Mhm.
that you can do that's within your power that you don't have to go above
And
and
palette.
beyond. And yeah, and palette, yeah, right. uh, and also don't be pressured to put a high goal. To like, yeah, Twitter can be like exhausting, and it can be pressuring to see other people have these 1, 2, 3, 10, 20K goals for their stream, but that's their stream. Your stream is different, and you put whatever goal that you feel comfortable with, because you can always go up. You can't go down, but you can always go up. So I would start lower than, like, or just low, and then you can always work your way up. I keep hitting my mic, Jesus. But
You're
yes,
fine.
I keep this is what I do. I talk with my hands all the time. Anyway, it's like, but yeah, I would set a reasonable goal, or a goal that you just like would think that would be achievable in the amount of time that you are doing your campaign. And again, you can always go up, and it always feels good to up your goal, right? Like, it's
Yeah,
always, because you meet
stretch
that
goal.
goal. Exactly, you meet that goal and you're just like, let's keep it going. I mean, that happens especially with St. Jude. Is like, it's a month long, and a lot of times people
Yeah.
reach their goal before that month is up, and we're just like, up, 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 so. And again, that gives you the opportunity to add more milestones, more things to give back to your community. And
Yeah.
yeah, things like that. Trying to think of other things. Fun incentives, fun milestones, like a reasonable goal. Um, what else? I'm trying to think of off the top of my head. Um, but yeah, it's just, again, don't stress. This is supposed to be fun. This is not supposed to be life or death. Like, this is not supposed to be anything that you are pressured to do. It's fundraising is very lax in a way, because
Mhm.
no, you are not contracted, to get it. Like, you are supposed to get $500 in 2 days. No, that's not the case. Take your time, set up your campaign carefully, in the way that just pay attention a lot to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And with
Mhm.
each campaign that you do make, it'll get easier. So,
It
but
will.
yeah, other than that, I mean, go for it, go for whatever kind of organization you want to go for, and just full send it. That's my advice, full send it.
I love that. That was amazing advice. Thank you so much, OGB. Really appreciate your time today
Of
and
course.
hearing your story. And we can't wait to see all the more fundraising you do in the future. And I want to let the community know where they can find you on socials. So tell us, where can we find you on socials?
Well, you can find me pretty much anywhere at TheOGBojangles. I'm on Twitch 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. I am on YouTube. I post twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays. I am on Twitter, TikTok. I try to post every other day on TikTok, if not every day. Um, I'm kind of on Instagram a little bit, and trying to make that a little bit better. But that's definitely something that I'm on, but don't post as much on. So yeah, the main ones: Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Those are my mains. And yeah, I'm just keeping it going. I'm trying my best to keep it going. So that's me.
Thank you so much again. And we'll have the links down below so y'all can click it and follow OGB and keep up with her journey. And she is almost to 10K YouTube subscribers. So go subscribe right now. Go do it before the end of the year. Okay. But thank
Thank
you
you
again,
so much.
OGB. Everyone, have a beautiful rest of your day. We will see you later. Bye.
Bye.